And the journey continues for our Trek a Day challenge to honor the 50th anniversary of the original series. Now time for episode 7. Definitely one of the best for many different reasons. It is What Are Little Girls Made Of?
And we're starting that right now. Wait.
You say that every time and then it doesn't actually happen.
I'm so bad at that.
I'm coming in really close on that planet really fast.
Approaching another lovely blue planet. Oh, what's going on here?
Yeah,
We've got Nurse Chapel on the bridge.
I don't think I've ever paid attention to... Is it just a lot of shadow in the back of her hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost look two-toned.
Oh, maybe it is, actually. It's a little two-toned at the back.
It's so hard to tell.
Because it goes from yellowish to...
It's called blonde, baby.
To more of a grayish blonde.
Oh yeah, that's why she's on the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
There's entire stories about her.
That's right. This is her episode, really.
And yet. Aww.
Well, this is definitely the biggest episode that she gets in the entire series.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that.
Mm.
You usually didn't get those sophisticated optical effects on those overhead monitors. You know, usually it's just like a piece of paper with a planet on it.
Aww.
I read about him in Hogwarts history.
Because we remind anyone that as dashing and jock-esque as maybe Captain Kirk comes across, he's a huge ass freaking nerd.
He's a bookworm.
And so I love bits like that where it's all like, oh my god, I get to meet one of the guys I read about at school.
Right.
Like that's him. Like
it
inside.
Reminds us that he was kind of a nerd.
Yeah, inside he's like super excited.
Which is awesome. He gives us all hope.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's obviously established that this was somebody to Nurse Chapel.
Mm-hmm.
But no one's heard from him in 5 years. Which doesn't seem like a good sign, but then, oh my god, there he is!
From him now.
Apparently they've heard him. Hurl rocking the silver nail polish.
A lot of zoom in.
Yeah, it was almost like suddenly discovered zoom in feature on the camera. I was like, let's use it for all the parts.
I know. It's very dramatic.
But I actually love the way that she did that, like, slow, dramatic close of her eyes. Like, you know?
Yeah.
It's great.
Now, this episode was written by Robert Bloch, who wrote the novel Psycho. You know, the Hitchcock film was based on. And so he's a really high-profile writer for this project. But the story as he wrote it was about like a new character who's looking for Roger Corby.
Oh, so
and
not her.
Roddenberry stepped in.
Of course.
And decided to make it about Chapel.
Yeah, you know my girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a great role for her right there.
Because why not use it to flesh out like an existing character rather than just some, you know, guest star?
Whoa, that's a super advanced star date.
I know, 2712.
Yeah. So confused by star dates.
Yeah.
That didn't get really figured out until like next gen, right?
I don't think it ever really got figured out. I mean, maybe by next gen they had more of a grip on it, but back at this time they certainly didn't seem to.
Oh.
Shut up, Captain.
He was about to do the big reveal.
Yeah.
But I love how this is like the second time audiences would have seen Nurse Chapel, and her hair's already changed significantly.
Yeah. Well, this isn't the second time they've seen her, because they saw her in Naked Time. When she was all in love.
Yeah, that's the first real time they see her.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Thank you. Trying to school me on some Trek. We've only seen her.
We've
surprisingly only seen her twice.
Yeah.
In 7 episodes.
Right.
And the first time, she's rocking some, like, definite silver hair.
Oh, that was really weird, too. This kind of do over here and then this thing hanging down.
And now here, it's what we more associate her with, which is the blonde.
Meanwhile, those extras are just standing back there like, hey, look at those people.
Awkward.
What are they doing?
That's a little distracting, those two.
Yeah, I know.
Like, they're really bad at eavesdropping for gossip, because, yeah.
Right.
Ho, ho, ho. Yeah. Cute little kiss between Uhura and Nurse Chapel there. Best buddies kiss.
Yeah. So, we are denying your request to have me beam down by myself.
Mm-hmm. Because I think you're really gonna like the person I have to show you.
Right. And not at all because I think you're going to kidnap me and replace me with a robot.
Wow, that was all the spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched this yet. All of them. Oh, we thought they were beamed outside, but they're inside. Right. Also, I just love how her outfit really highlights, which we see with the other women, the 60s style pointed bra.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Which, if you are trying to do the classic series, women's dress, you really need to get a 60s style bra.
You gotta have the pointed bra.
They're fine in vintage ones, or they're super in fashion to have like replicas now, but it massively changes the look if you're wearing a modern day bra versus the pointed bra.
That's definitely true. Now here we've got some really elaborate cave work.
Yeah. Like, what was the actual episode order this was shot in? No?
I don't remember offhand.
Yeah. But
I think it was around number 7.
But as far as what audiences are seeing, it is the most elaborate.
Yeah.
Yet.
Because not only are they like a lot of elaborate, interesting shapes, but they kind of go on and on, you know?
So, 2 red shirts.
Mm-hmm. Now, interestingly, up until this point, we've gotten through 6 episodes, and not a single casualty has been a red shirt.
Looks like that luck is about to end.
Yes.
And end pretty roughly. He's a really good looking guy.
So colorful for a cavern.
Mm-hmm. These splashes of like purples and blues.
Mm-hmm. One of the things that NBC wanted out of Star Trek was to showcase the color. Because NBC at the time was touting itself as the first all-color broadcast network.
You're getting it here.
Yep. That's also one reason they switched to the more colorful red,
this is so cute.
Red, blue, and gold.
Holding hands to protect her.
Want people to get their money's worth out of those color TVs. Oh, he's got the small Type 1 phaser.
See, and I love here this instinct to be wary and protectful.
Yeah.
From Kirk. I mean, dude, all it is this backlit shadow dude, and and Nurse Chapel's instantly like, Corby, and then she even guesses wrong, and the first red shirt is dead. Oh, man.
It happened off camera.
No, he is straight up dead.
Yes. What's going on there?
Every time I see him, I never know if I should laugh or be, reasonably terrified because he's really freaky looking.
He is freaky.
But he also looks so ridiculous given the situation because it looks like a giant, like, bald clown dude.
Yes, with massive shoulder pads and a dress.
I feel like they all in general should be more upset that, like, a guy just plummeted to his death.
Yeah. The very first red shirt.
But it's all like, oh, can we get to him? Nope.
Oh, well.
All right, then. So, Dr. Corby, where's he at? You know, just like move right along.
Mm-hmm. Kicking off that well-known tradition.
Kirk is already like, obviously this mission has gone super south, literally.
Yes.
So.
And he's all like,
yeah.
I can't believe a man in a red shirt died.
That just doesn't happen.
That's never happened to me before.
Yeah. No, he is all like on alert.
Mm-hmm.
Because Nurse Chapel's too easily swayed by her personal connections.
Yeah.
This guy's just leaning on the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dude you just saw like 60 seconds ago is already dead.
Mm-hmm. Now, he's got the gun belt.
Mm-hmm.
But Kirk, you'll see, is not wearing one. He's switched over, I guess, to the...
Black.
To the Velcro.
Wow, that guy's makeup's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, his hand's so big!
Palming his entire head.
That guy is ginormous.
He is ginormous.
Alright. So definitely making up for the lack of red shirt numbers.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Yep.
So, obviously, one of the reasons this episode stands out is those ridiculous,
the two-tone
crisscross
coveralls,
designed by Bill Tice.
Yeah.
Not because the guys are wearing them, obviously.
Of course not.
But I feel like this is the episode that obviously stands out as one of the biggest examples of Bill Tice's work and costume design.
Yeah. He definitely makes his mark with this episode. And I think it's one of the more memorable sexy lady costumes on Star Trek.
And yeah, this entire outfit is what defines Bill Tice's influence on Star Trek.
Yeah.
Is it the Bill Tice effect? Or is it is that what it's called?
Yeah. Where the costume is securely attached to
with like
the
body
actress,
tape and all sorts of other means.
But it looks like it's about to fall off.
At any moment.
Yeah.
Which I love. And his very distinctive style is that crisscross backless.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that the whatever's crisscrossing in front has to like wrap around the like back of the arm.
Yeah.
Area, and that's how it somehow magically stays on. And
well, it's definitely a design where you couldn't wear a conventional bra with it.
And so we see that specific pattern used again and again from this point forward.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely shines through on Andrea. Oh. Oh wow! They are making out super hardcore.
They're really into it.
That seems like massively inappropriate because you're basically at work, you know, and she's on duty. Yeah, so it's a little weird for me that like you have this episode that is a super leading episode for Nurse Chapel when we just saw her trying to put the skeezy moves on Spock.
Right.
In The Naked Time.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, I understand if like afterwards they decided to give her this backstory of having a fiance.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So
and
this is why I'm not into her and Spock at all.
And The Naked Time was definitely shot before this episode was shot. You know, so they had already established that before they decided to
go this route.
Give her this story.
Oh, snap!
Oh, snap!
What the heck is going on here?
Yeah. I love that they're using those pilot era Ray gun looking phasers.
Yes. Hey, I mean, you already built them, so why not use them? Oh, God. Her body and that outfit are amazing.
They really are. And back in the 60s... I'll take that back.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
And back in the 60s, they were more restrictive.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. You can't deny those classic Shatner
Cannot
Kirk
make
moves.
any... Nor, like, whatever is the path of least resistance, he'll do the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
no!
Oh, my God!
Snap.
He just picked him up like he was a 5-year-old. I love how, like, he's in the middle of... I mean, he's in a dire situation,
Yeah.
he's like...
He's like,
dead dude is what? Dead dude is a robot? Enough to distract me from my immediate peril.
Yeah.
Oh. My guy's got some skills.
Yeah. That's probably the first person we ever saw on television doing a Captain Kirk impression.
Oh, God. Kirk is not amused.
Now, in the 60s, censorship obviously was much more strict.
Uh-huh.
And so you couldn't have...
His eyes are so pretty.
You couldn't have, like, side boob or under boob.
Yeah.
So even though Andrea's outfit looks like it's about to slip off at any moment, you know it was, like, securely taped down from all angles.
Well, that's what I love about it so much, is it's that interesting... To me, I see it as a more is less thing.
Mm-hmm.
It does have, like, an open back, more or less. But, I mean, she's fully covered, and she's got full pants on, and yet it's, like, incredibly sexy.
It's definitely sexy.
Because you're like, how is it staying on you?
Yeah.
Now, in the context of the story, you know, I love just trying to understand what's going through Kirk's mind, because, I mean, here is someone that he read about and admired while he was studying at the academy, and now he's meeting him for the first time, and it's kind of like, you know, that whole classic, sometimes you never meet your heroes.
Yeah, never meet your heroes. You never know when they'll turn out to be lunatic mad scientists.
Yeah, because there's something really funny going on with this guy, and, I mean, Kirk's already lost one crewman, doesn't realize he's actually lost another.
Right.
And is basically now being held prisoner, and is like, what the hell is going on? And he is not happy about it. Oh. Yeah, so now he knows they're both dead.
Yeah. It's like, oh, don't even.
Yeah.
Don't even categorize me with Mr. Brown there.
Yeah, so he's as old as time. I feel like Shatner is excellent at these looks he gives.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh,
that was like a figure skating move, and then I'm assuming that was a stunt double that got flung across the room.
I don't know. I would hope so.
Oh god, that was amazing. I feel like you just need her basically opening, like, into a room every time. Because you're like, blah, blah, boom, every time.
It's got my attention.
Cat fight is about to start.
Well, I think Andrea will win.
I don't know. But I love just her soft-spoken, kind of almost like Marilyn Monroe-esque way of speaking, that breathy voice.
And that's a great question. How can you love him if you don't trust him?
Mm-hmm.
Because she clearly doesn't.
Yeah.
For one thing, he's shacked up with a half-naked bombshell there.
So Chapel is immediately not okay with it.
Uh-huh. And they're even wearing matching outfits. What's that all about?
It's like, I haven't heard from you in 5 years, and you got this skank hanging out with you.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Let's start with Andrea.
She is about to...
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I guess... She's like, I can't be jealous of an android. Can I?
I think she can.
Yes.
He's awfully proud.
Oh, don't stroke her like that.
Yeah. You're not putting Chapel's feelings.
And Kirk is just like, this
all.
is insulting the women everywhere. I am not okay with this. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
He's...
Did you?
Yeah.
Not do you, but did you?
Did you make yourself a sex robot?
Yeah, exactly.
I am asking you that.
There's no emotional bond. It was just boning.
He has not actually said no.
Yeah,
I did not make a sex robot
Yes.
for myself. Only that I'm not attached to my sex robot.
Right.
Kurt's getting the raw end of this adventure.
Yeah. So it's fine that I made a sex robot, because I don't have feelings for her. Yeah. What about that? How can you say that the murder of those two red shirts was
But first,
against your wishes?
let's make a man cake. I love how this is what he means by, I'll explain it to you.
Yeah.
I'll explain it to you by stripping you.
By forcibly strapping you down.
Yeah. I will strip you naked, strap you to a table, and spin you around the merry-go-round.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I explain things to people.
Yeah. Never ask me for an explanation.
Yeah.
It will not go well for you.
Pretty sure he is never doing any favors for Nurse Chapel ever again.
Yeah.
I also love how it looked like Shatner was really trying to suck it in, like the way men in the 60s did.
And this is why Nurse Chapel never got another episode.
Feature.
Because every so often she'd be like, Captain, there's this destination we must go to. Nope, forget it.
Yeah.
Forget it. Remember what happened last time? Forget it.
Oh, I'll get nauseous.
Shatner actually had to have his chest shaved for this scene.
Really? Why?
Because Roddenberry decided that Captain Kirk would not be hairy.
Oh my god, I love that! Where did you read that?
I read that in, I think I read that in These Are the Voyages.
Oh my god.
The Mark Cushman book.
It's such kind of a weird detail, I find.
And Shatner was not happy with it.
Well,
but he's a professional,
so
and he went along with it anyway.
Yeah, gotta get paid, so wax them hairs.
I mean, I suppose he could have fought it if he really tried to, but he's a professional. Ruck looks like a giant because he's actually 6'9".
Oh my god.
6'9".
Really?
Yeah. He's Ted Cassidy. That's the actor who played Lurch in The Addams Family.
Oh my god, now there's 2 Kirks. Ooh, there's 2 Kirks. And one of them will do whatever I want.
Whatever he's programmed for, yes. Yes, but which one?
I just love how, like...
Which one's the real Kirk?
At no time is Nurse Chapel making any attempt to actually try to stop this.
No.
She's not like, no, don't do it.
Yeah.
No, she's just watching because she's like, oh, Captain Kirk.
Oh.
Oh my.
He's naked. Oh, now he's spinning around.
Which one's which?
Well, the one that's not puking from motion sickness after being spun around like that. So she is impressed with his technology. Because it is impressive.
Was she, like, impressed / horrified and just rolling with the situation?
I'm sure she is horrified, too, though. I love how there's a dial, but there's no indicators as to what the dial is pointing to.
Whatever you're feeling.
Yeah.
I love this bit here. It's so crucial. They're going to imprint his mind into the android. And so to attempt to fight that, he tries to think only of something that would clue Spock into there being something wrong.
Yeah.
What would he never do, never say, never think? And then think all those things.
Right. Which is a brilliant way to combat something that he's basically powerless to stop.
Yes. No one scenario. Kirk is a genius.
That's right.
Straight up genius. I mean, everyone on that starship should be. Except for that one stupid dude who freaking took off his radioactive protection suit and touched his face.
That guy, I swear.
Creepy.
He is happy to be here.
Ooh. So what do we think that is? Like colored cantaloupe or something? Or
it looks kind of like it could be some kind of melon. Or maybe potato. I could see it being... I want to eat it. I could see it being potato. Potato would probably take like food coloring pretty well. Is the food appealing? Yeah, it looks like Legos. It's really appealing. What does that mean? What does that even mean? Well, what he does might be wrong, but he is Roger Corby.
Yeah. So then it's okay that he's doing it, or there'll be something that, like, qualifies it as being okay, so let's just go wrong with it? I'm pretty sure Kurt did not go willingly into that machine.
Yeah. But he's not gonna eat.
Oh, snap. Yeah, she's dumb. She's kind of dumb. She's kind of super dumb. Just played her for a fool.
Mm-hmm. Yet one more reason to love Roger Corby.
You mean hate him?
Mm-hmm. I also think it's a little odd that they programmed 2 episodes featuring dual Kirks back to back.
Yeah, because
last episode, Enemy Within, we just had
true.
like the good Kirk versus evil Kirk.
Yeah.
Now we've got another.
Yeah, first mention of him having a brother.
Yep,
Woo!
Brother Sam.
Yeah, that's weird because you get Charlie X and Where No Man Has Gone Before back to back.
Right, with the psychic, omnipotent,
basically the same
super beings.
Story concept, since one was one of the pilots.
Right.
And then you get Enemy Within and What Little Girls Are Made Of back to back, which deal with having 2 Kirks on screen.
Right.
It's kind of an interesting choice. I know it's just like they just didn't care or didn't think about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, was Enemy Within the last one we watched? Or was it Mud's Women?
It was Mud's Women. Still, it's only one
Still,
episode
they're very
apart.
close, yeah.
God, I love those jumpsuits.
So you might have had somebody tuning in to that episode.
And be like, didn't I just
And then
see?
2 weeks out later, it's like, does this happen every episode? Is there like 2 Kirks every
like, are
week?
these actors twins?
Yeah, that's a good one.
So Corby's trying to push this whole concept of like this thing I've discovered, this old race that this giant android thing has helped me understand, is that I can basically make exact copies of everyone so that we could all live forever.
Right. Exactly. It's the singularity. Human minds combining with machines.
Mm-hmm.
And in a way, I mean, you know, we have more and more technology replacing our bodies with things that we can create.
Mm-hmm.
But Kirk is not so sure that this replacement is the same thing as the person.
Yeah. He doesn't believe that, you know, copying your mind over is the same as having, like, a soul or a spirit.
Well, I mean, what he thinks makes a lot of sense, because I can write down every memory I have in a book. That doesn't make that book the same person as me, you know? And when you can start programming androids to obey or to react a certain way, then obviously that becomes a little scary.
Again,
because
here's Kirk being a badass, as always.
Mm-hmm.
Although letting go of your hostage doesn't seem that smart.
Well, he's got places to go, and he can't be dragging some dude around with him the whole time.
Okay, now for the best thing that has ever occurred in all of TOS. Ever.
The best thing that's ever occurred in all of TOS.
Wait for it. Oh, so close. Is it stalagmite or stalactite?
Stalactites are from above.
Okay.
Stalagmites are from below.
Yeah, he's on his way to go kill the captain.
Mm-hmm.
This is an amazing set. It really is.
It's so extensive.
Mm-hmm. Even if it's maybe only like 3 maybe rooms of a set. That's a lot, you know?
Yeah. There's a lot of
Building
detail and
stairs
different
and
shapes
everything.
and stuff like.
All right. Show me. Oh, guys, taking forever. Do it. Do it.
This is your favorite thing.
It is.
In all of Star Trek.
Yes, it is. Just show me penis stalactite. That is never not going to be a giant rock penis in his hands.
Kirk walking around with a stone phallus is your favorite thing in all of Star Trek.
Come on, look at that.
Yeah, I'm not
Look at that.
I'm not
He's
arguing
gonna go
with
whack
you.
a dude with a giant penis.
That's true. That's barely even a metaphor.
Yeah.
Barely.
This is a literal thing that's about to happen. It's going to assault someone with a rock penis.
Are you saying that he's gonna cold cock Ruck?
Oh my god. I mean, you know, when you're trying to like get someone into watching TOS, and if they've come across a photo, and there's like no way you can really explain it to them, and being like, it's not as gay as you think, and then you're like, maybe it is.
And that's Shatner doing his own stunt, hanging off the ledge.
That is
Bottomless pit.
That is just kneeling.
No, I think there was actually a ledge there.
Oh, really?
And like mattresses below, because that's the ledge that the dude had to fall off of.
The dude was standing where like Rook is to fall. I can understand it being mattresses, but it's probably like person height. See, because he was definitely kneeling. He was straight up like crouched to make it look like he was hanging off a ledge.
Meanwhile,
that's not Captain Kirk. See, that's already unusual. He would never just blow by Spock.
Mm-hmm. I'm sick of your half-breed interference.
That hurts. It's like that android doesn't even realize it just said those things, or like that it would be unnatural.
Right.
Because he acts like Kirk normally would, which would be like, is everything
okay? Look at his red shirt. Oh, you missed it.
I missed him.
He had like a massive
collar.
Oh,
that was when the camera was like, "Oh God."
Yeah.
Oh,
this was before the invention of Steadicams.
Spock is thinking some things.
Yeah.
He was like, none of that. None of what just happened is normal.
That was
something is going
hurtful, and I'm going to chase you down to the planet. It's like he doesn't even realize that that's not the captain. He's just so mad
like,
about what he said.
I am coming for you.
He's going to follow him.
Oh, God.
And only once he gets there is he like, oh, okay. All right.
So he just waked up, passed out in that room.
Well, what does he have to do now?
Yeah.
He's just a prisoner.
Time to make an android feel feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because this also counts, I think, as a no-one scenario that he will totally be. He's like, Corby told me that androids don't feel feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to fix that.
I'm gonna kiss some feelings straight into you.
Really aggressively. Oh
look,
God.
you like left fingerprints on her arm.
Man. Shatner's nothing if not committed.
That's the other thing that the other thing that happens every episode. There's always two Kirks, and then he's manhandling some woman.
But she just said not programmed for you.
Yeah, I know.
Which 100% confirms that she's a straight up sex robot.
Yes.
For Dr. Corby.
Because that implies quite clearly she's programmed for somebody.
For Dr. Corby!
And who the hell else would she be programmed for?
My God.
Oh, snap.
Really? That was the bed?
Yeah, he's way more sophisticated.
A little bit.
Created by the Ancient Ones. So, he can feel feels. Did they fall down the hole?
Just fascinated by this concept that we've had forever. Obviously, with so many of the classic sci-fi novels on the inherent belief that we will get to a point where machines will take over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they will take over and eradicate mankind.
Right.
And no matter what our best intentions, when we create these sophisticated machines, it's gonna bite us in the ass.
Yeah. And I think this belief, this fear came about probably during the Industrial Revolution, you know, when we started having wide-scale machinery taking human jobs, you know? Oh, snap.
Oh, God, he's gonna just crush the life out of him.
Lethal hug!
Kirk is really good at just fucking things up for other people.
He's good at talking computers into doing what he wants. Whether that's to destroy themselves or...
I mean, he was able to instantly mess with the programming of both the androids.
Well...
Like, basically a minute alone in a room.
With Kirk.
And he's able to, like, undo all these things that are supposed to be, like, impossible.
Yeah. He's better than a hacker.
Yes. It's the Kirk factor.
It is. And the only reason it took him that long with Ruck is because he didn't feel like making out with him.
Yes, exactly.
I also like how Kirk is wearing the same thing Corby is, but he's too sexy to wear an undershirt.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh! And that's the big reveal.
Yep.
And why he's been so intense about this whole...
Turning everyone into androids thing. Yeah.
Because he did it to himself.
It's okay. It's me.
Oh.
Ugh.
I mean, you gotta feel for him because, yeah, your options are die, or here's an android body that we can, like, copy all your, basically, brain patterns into. I'd be like, okay, that.
Yeah, definitely. The problem is we don't know if just because the android has your appearance and your memories, whether it will be like you. And clearly, this dude is...
It's not, because the real Dr. Corby would never do these things.
Yeah, he wouldn't do half of this stuff.
And apparently we just store our guns just in the back of things.
We just toss them, you know, it's
just so
it's
random.
like you keep stuff on top of the refrigerator so the kids don't get it.
Yeah, it was so random to me, though.
Yeah.
Like, well, she needs to be able to get this in this scene, so let's just throw it up there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and you think he's dead, but it's just the android, so who cares?
Yeah.
She's not very nice. What are you talking about without a flaw?
Yeah.
He's like flaws up the wazoo. Oh, she's about to not be able to compute all this.
Nope. No. She's not programmed for alarms. She's not programmed for
She's
Kirk.
programmed for sex.
She's programmed for Bone and Corby. Aren't you, though?
But I mean, that's why. I mean, this whole storyline with Corby is so sad because, and this whole exchange of every word he's thinking of is something that a computer would say.
Yep.
Not a real flesh and blood person.
Christine, let me prove myself.
Because, I mean, it's so sad because I mean it's like the android itself is realizing it is not Roger Corby, and it's the most devastating thing ever.
Right.
Because that's why I mean it's proving it's not Roger Corby by all these extreme measures it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, basically taking Kirk prisoner and like making a double of him to try to, because he's so desperate to prove to himself that he is still human. That he didn't die however many years ago.
Right, and that the choices that he made were correct.
Yeah.
And, like, logically, if the choices that he made were correct, then they would be ideal for all of humanity.
Mm-hmm. But he is, like, the real Roger Corby is dead.
Yeah.
And it's not the same thing to be this android copy.
Right. But on the good side, it kind of makes it okay that he's boning his sex robot.
Because they're both?
Because they're both robots.
Yes. That seems to be extreme. She was just discovering robot love.
And the fact that he would basically do like this double suicide,
it's pretty awful,
with Andrea kind of makes it seem like he had pretty strong feelings for her.
Yeah.
You know? Do that right in front of Chapel. It's pretty harsh.
Yeah.
Pretty harsh.
Yeah. You just had to ask that. Bad timing, Spock. Bad timing.
Dr. Corby died a long time ago.
He's dead. Oh. Yeah, I don't know why I've never realized what was obviously in front of my face, that Andrea is a sex robot.
You never realized that before?
I really never have. I don't know what. I was just so distracted by how awesome her costume is. Yeah, that's about it. I don't think I really looked past that to how very cut and dry it is that she is straight up a sex robot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Next time I need to surreptitiously program an android imposter to be super racist
I'll
towards
be
you.
nicer about it. Instead of being like, geez, Captain, now it's pretty darn smart to make sure I would instantly know that wasn't you. It's all like, you kind of hurt my feelings. And it's like, yeah, next time I'm in a life-threatening situation, I'll rethink my word choice. Because it's brilliant that he has to think, like,
it's
will...
It's not logical, Spock, for me to try to send you the signal that it's not me.
Yes.
by being super racist if I'm gonna not be super racist about it.
Yeah. I love that. I love his, like, this, you know, quick thinking on how to escape what is, you know, reasonably a no-win scenario.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So, all around, kind of a tragic story.
Yeah. It's both really sad for Roger Corby and it's really sad for, obviously, Nurse Chapel. This is really interesting and sad backstory for her. With a conclusion. And
we have to hear...
super sad for Andrea and super sad for the red shirt.
Yeah, I don't really feel that bad for Andrea. She was just a robot, after all.
But
just
she
like
just
Ruck
learned feelings.
and Brown.
But she just understood feelings.
Yeah, I get that.
Thanks to Kirk's Madeleine. Only to be murdered.
He kissed feelings into her metal frame.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
Yeah, not everybody could do that, but Kirk could do that. All right. So that was what are little girls made of? Featuring
one of the most iconic costumes I think the original series ever produced.
Yes, definitely.
With the android Andrea, and also featuring the first red shirt death.
First of many
in terms of airdate order.
Yeah,
which is a pretty big deal since obviously everyone always likes to bring up how red shirts are cannon fodder.
Because they are.
But it took 7 episodes for that to finally happen.
Yeah, for that to actually happen, yep.
And how awesome Kirk is.
Yep, how awesome Kirk is. All right, well, join us again next time for Miri.
Yes.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah, Yeoman Rand feature there.
Yes. All right, live long and prosper.